Welcome to KTN Newsline. My name is Eric Latif. Our sign language interpreter tonight is Philip Omondi. The former National Treasury CS Rotich was acquitted last week in the Aurora and Kimorer corruption cases. The former minister will be speaking to us tonight, and he blames his former boss, President Uhuru Kenyatta, for his picking of presidents. The fifth, that's William Ruto, gave an interview on Sunday touching on many things, among them the state of the economy. Later on in this bulletin at the end, I'll be having a conversation with economists who will be telling us exactly what happened and interrogating the president's responses. But let's begin with our top story, where retired President Uhuru Kenyatta was behind my woes. That's according to former National Treasury CS Rotich, who has come out to openly blame the retired president for his trouble that saw him fight graft charges related to Aurora and Kimorer Dam scandal for more than 4 years. Speaking in an exclusive interview with KTN after being acquitted last week, Rotich said his case was politically instigated and that his former boss threw him under the bus. And as our political affairs reporter Emmanuel Cho now details, the former CS maintains no money was lost in the 63 billion shillings Aurora and Kimorer multi-purpose dams project.
For the first time since he was acquitted over the multi-billion dam scandal, the former Treasury CS Rotich has lifted the lead on some of the intrigues that led to his arrest, prosecution and release. The ex-CS, in an interview with KTN News, started by naming some individuals who he alleges were behind his troubles. Top on the list, his former boss Uhuru Kenyatta.
Over time, I began to feel that yeah, maybe there was some, a choreographed intention here, which, whether he knew or not, it's up to him. But the way the turn of events could give me an indication that yes, it looks like. Because if it was a case that needs to go through its court process up to last week, so just leave it.
The ex-moneyman says it did not occur to him at first that the 30 charges were politically instigated and the hand of the former head of state was in it.
The way it was sort of politicized later gave me some indication that perhaps there was extraneous consideration to charge me.
He, however, maintains that the taxpayer did not lose any money in the project, which cost 63 billion shillings between the government and an Italian company, CMC di Ravenna Limited, and that the project should be revived for the benefit of the residents of Elgeyo Marakwet County.
I want to tell Kenyans that I was the cabinet secretary. You cannot lose 63 billion. What was expended was only the advance payments to the contractor. I think it's between about 7.7 to 7.5, thereabout, depending on the exchange rate that you use at that particular time. A billion, of which I think 3.4 was Kimorer and 4 point something for Aurora.
Rotich, alongside 9 others, faced 30 charges, including corruption and conspiracy to rob the government, among others, but all were dropped for lack of sufficient evidence. Trial Magistrate Eunice Nyoto, however, faulted and lectured the prosecution over how they handled the case, saying it appeared, quote, to be a well-choreographed acquittal, as they only led 8 witnesses out of the 41 they had intended to examine.
Majority of the witnesses there, I don't know them. They were all from somewhere KVDA. I never met them. I have never associated with them. I don't know where they live.
Emmanuel Cho, KTN News, Nairobi.
The East African Legislative Assembly has received a petition to investigate allegations of corruption